That's St. Cloud Tech. We saw a lot of St. Cloud Tech guys advance to the finals, Tom, so that could be a scramble for the second place matches there. Hibbing coming in at fourth at 107 points. The host school, Mound West Tonka, has 103. Maple Grove is 90 points. Manamita is seventh with 77 points, and those are your true varsities. And then they even gave some of the kids that came back for varsity experience. They got to wrestle varsity matches unattached, so to speak. When we say that in college, that means that they're counted for their matches, but they're not counted as varsity matches. So, yep. You want this one or? So we're going to run through a real quick rundown on who's going to be wrestling for first and second. We will be on mat 1. Again, I should say that this is Zambroda Dan Hayes here with Tom Hall. We are here on behalf of Prep 45 and Minnesota USA Wrestling. Thanks for joining us for this initial broadcast of Takedown of the Week.
Looks like Brainerd also, it should be noted, already has champion points at 2 weight classes, 106 pounds for Brad Patnode, won by default. And then also at 120 pounds, Brainerd wrestler has the title already, and that is Cole Kubish of Brainerd.
Okay.
And those are defaults because actually Brainerd, 2 Brainerd boys, an alternate and a varsity starter, advanced to the finals on those, so they went ahead and forfeited those out. So
sometimes the coaches do that because they don't see an advantage to any kind of match like that. When you have a clear, like Kubish, he's probably a little better than the young Pantanoid, so they earned the spot in the practice room. They don't want to get anybody hurt out here where there's not a definite competition for the spot there.
Right. So it looks like we'll be starting at 113 pounds, and then from 113 pounds, Dan, we'll be jumping directly to 126 pounds.
Okay. So who do we have in the finals at 113 pounds?
113 pounds, we have number 1 ranked guillotine AAA wrestler from Mound West Tonka, Aaron Cashman.
He looked good in his semifinal match.
Yeah, won 15-0 tech fall. And then he's going to be taking on Chad Orsburn from Brainerd in the finals. And Chad won by a fall over Tristan Johnson from Hibbing.
Okay. We didn't get to see that match, but it'll be a fun, entertaining final for us.
Oh, absolutely. And then on deck would be Alex Kern from Tech, and state entrant last year, and he's going to be taking on Braden Kramer from Brainerd.
Now, Kern was a state qualifier last year. He looked really good in his semifinal match, dominated with a tech fall, 17-0. And Braden Kramer was state qualifier for
Brainerd?
For the Brainerd Warriors. He's also got some kind of family affiliation to Jake Deichler, so yeah, he's probably real well schooled there in the family.
Yep, and he won by fall in 1 minute and 9 seconds. So that could be a very exciting final for
126,
us.
All right.
Yep, and then the whole AJ Bethea of Hibbing is going to take on Dallas Hooper of Tech. We watched AJ Bethea put on a takedown clinic in the semifinals. Really looked solid, winning 14-6.
Yeah, against a tough Mitchell Wilson's a nice young wrestler. He's got a lot of upside to him as well.
Yep, absolutely. And he's taking on Hooper from Tech, who beat a pretty tough wrestler in Jack Herbst from Maple Grove in the semis also.
Okay. And then 138 pounds.
We got Morgan Thornfinger from Hibbing taking on Neil Schmaltz from Mountain West Tonka. So one guy who is ranked in the state from Hibbing, I believe he's ranked number 6 in the current rankings in AA. And he's taking on Neil Schmaltz, who's just coming back off from injury after a year and a half off, and wrestling a very solid tournament so far. So.
Okay. He'll probably, if he keeps going and progressing, he'll get some attention from the AAA rankers, I would imagine. So.
I would assume, yep. 45, we got Andy Schlosser of Brainerd. He's ranked number 4 in the AAA rankings, taking on Lee Schmaltz of Mount Westonka, and he's ranked number 6 in the AAA rankings. So that should be a very, very solid. I think that's probably the deepest weight class in the tournament at 145.
Yeah.
So very, very tough.
Okay. And at 152 pounds, Ryan Reed from Mount Westonka will be taking on Luke Lipinski from St. Francis. That could be a competitive match in the finals. It looks like we got wrestlers ready to take the mats, so probably get to the action rather than.
Yep.
We'll let you know who the rest of the finals are as we get to them. But didn't want to lose any spots here doing that, so we had a quick change over on our. And like I said, we're starting at 113 pounds because the 106-pound match was already decided, final decided. Cashman will be in the Hawk Gray with red piping, taking on Osborne in the Brainerd blue and silver deck highlights. Quick takedown for Cashman, kind of an inside move there, sucked him down. Working the armbar series right away.
Yeah, nice tight hip ride by Cashman, working over the right arm.
Well, he doesn't leave his opponent a lot of room to breathe when he's on top, does he?
Got him like glue.
Now, he's kind of a long body for 113, 106 pound. He's taller than what a lot of the kids he'll face. That can be an advantage. I always like leverage when I had wrestlers that have leverage. I just think it gives you a certain psychological advantage when you can just kind of out leverage your opponent.
Yeah, he's definitely stretched out, and especially in the last couple of years, he wasn't nearly as tall. As we said before, he's got a long pedigree. Again, very, very nice on the inside single there with a great finish. Aaron is also just a very poised wrestler. You don't see his facial expression change much while he's out on the mat, and that allows him to really conserve energy and just wrestles very, very smart.
And I don't know where I heard it, but I heard he's... Hey, we got a fan on. Caught her just in the nick of time, Dad. She's going to be running from him the rest of his life.
Yeah, we had a young little guy or gal that almost got into the action there.
I think Cashman's a pretty good student too, is what I've heard.
I would imagine. Yeah.
A lot of wrestlers are though. When I was working with the kids, it seemed like they were disciplined on the mat and disciplined off the mat. The good students.
So another takedown. So it's 6-2. Cashman now is in the gray singlet with the red headgear.
That's a deep waist.
Osborne of Brainerd in the light blue singlet.
Who runs the Brainerd, similar to the Pinnacle program? There's somebody running the Brainerd program up there.
Well, Takedown Club is what it was, and it was run by Jake Deichler. I don't know who runs it anymore, to be honest.
They've got a great facility up there from what I was told earlier today.
Yeah. Jake is back with Pinnacle now, so I'm not sure who is running the Takedown Club.
It was a good scramble on the edge, yeah. Grades Osborne in this year, sophomore.
Nice Granby rollout by Cashman. 7-2 is the score. Cashman in the gray singlet leads.
He's wrestling with a lot of confidence right now. He's in on that lowest single. Osborne's trying to tie up the hip and through the crotch lace. What's Cashman got to do here, Tom, to finish this one?
Just flatten out his hips and blow slow. Stay low, work the hips, try to get underneath his leg, and just keep climbing the tree.
And clearing those arms, right? Yep. There you got it. Boy, he's a well-disciplined young man. A lot of people panic in that situation.
Yeah. No,
but he listens to his coaches.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he knows his positions very well, and he's been well coached throughout his career, so he just continues on.
They do have a pretty strong tradition up here in the Mountain West Tonka area with wrestlers, coaches that they've had a good tradition up here from what I remember.
Oh, yeah. And he's been wrestling in the Pinnacle Club since he was, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years old, I think. And
wow.
Definitely used that coaching to his advantage as well.
Good explosive move by Osborne.
Yep. Great follow by Cashman, though. Just really stayed clamped onto him and followed and kept his tight waist super tight and controlled the arm. Currently 9-2, just about the end of the second period here. Osborne's going to have choice. I don't know if he's going to take both up or he takes down. Down 9-2.
And Cashman does cut him loose to give him the escape.
Yeah.
Cashman's getting comfortable on his feet.
Yeah, he's extremely confident on his feet. Nice redirection shot by Osborne.
Yeah. Good patience on that part of Cashman there, though. So was there an Osborne up there in the Brainerd area not long ago that was a real good wrestler, state champion? Wonder if this is possibly a family member. Sounds familiar.
Years back, you mean?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Quincy Osborne?
That's the guy I was thinking about.
Different last name spelling.
All right. Thanks for helping me out.
No
the old rust is still showing.
Yeah, Quincy was from that area and wrestled at the University of Minnesota for a little bit, and then finished his career out at Augsburg.
Okay.
So national champion and multiple-time All-American for them. So.
Well, shout out to Quincy if he's listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Heck of a wrestler. So we got under a minute left in the third period now. Cashman on top in the gray singlet leads 13-4 over Osborne of Brainerd.
Now on deck on man number 3, 132 pounds, Ben Schmaltz versus
Referee Rod Frost breaks the action. He wanted to see something happen. He calls a stalemate, so he's going to give the guys a fresh start.
Man number 3, wrestling for 5th place at 138 pounds, Justin Maroney of Montevideo versus Tyler Rendell at Maple Grove. You are in the hole on man number 3. That's Maroney.
Well, he just goes right back to that deep waist. That's just squeezing the energy right out of Osborne.
Right.
He's got it so deep he's got his hand in the middle of his opponent's back.
Yeah, his arm is almost wrapped around him all the way to the spine. That's a good technique. I mean, he definitely keeps his hips locked in tight and that tight waist. It doesn't give him room to breathe at all. You can tell Osborne is a little frustrated on bottom, just no room to really move.
Yeah, can't mount on offense down there. So your champion at 113 pounds, Aaron Cashman from Mountain West Tonka. He wins 13-4.
So we'll be going all the way up to 126 now. Alex Kern from Tech, who won by tech fall 17-0. Versus Braden Kramer from Brainerd, who won by fall in his last match, 1:09 to get into the finals.
So Brainerd and Tech going to be in the same section this year for...
I'm not sure on that.
These guys could end up seeing each other, I guess is what I'm thinking. Could be one of those fun deals.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I'd have to look that one up. I'm not sure if they're in the same section or not.
Neil Schmaltz upon Mustanga, you are in the hole. Mat number 1, Infigure versus Schmaltz.
Well, these scrambles sure have changed the way that wrestling takes place, haven't they?
On deck on mat number 3, 138 pounds.
Still no points here either.
Maroney of Bonavita versus Tyler Regal of Maple Grove. You are on deck on mat
So we got Kramer, who is just a ninth grader, against Kern from Tech, who's a 10th grader. Kern from Tech is in the black singlet with orange headgear with the red ankle band. Kramer from Brainerd, blue singlet, white headgear, green ankle band. For those of you guys watching at home.
So these guys wrestle close to the mat on their stance. What I mean by that is they just reach down, they tap the mat with their hand. A lot of times you'll see wrestlers that are a higher stance. These guys both get down in very low stance.
Yep.
In the hole on mat number 2, wrestling
Yeah, in our room we call that the height check. If you're in a proper stance, you should be able to reach down and touch the mat without having to bend down further. If you're in that position, you're good. So best offensive position as well as the best defensive position.
These are both well coached wrestlers. You can tell they maintain that position.
Yep.
Know how to fight hand fight.
Yeah, they're both solid.
We call it hand fighting in the business, but really what they're doing is trying to control the opponent's wrists. You can't take a guy down if he's got control of your wrists. You can't take him down. It's just one of those things that they're scrambling for that position.
Yep.
Good period, 0-0. No score, but a lot of action in that one.
Kern's choice from Tech, he takes down, which is the right play, especially if it's 0-0. You always want to take down, because if it goes into overtime, first point scored can be very important in later criteria.
What is the overtime criteria nowadays, Tom?
So first you'll go to a 1 minute sudden death period, and then you'll go to alternating 30-second periods, which are not, it's non-sudden death at that point in time, and then you would go back to on the feet again. If no scoring there, then you go down to the sudden death top and bottom criteria, ultimate
ride out.
tiebreaker.
Good action here. Kern clears his hips, hops out for an escape. He leads 1-0. The politically correct people will call it sudden victory.
Yeah, right.
It's probably
I'm
a little
old school.
Yeah, that's okay. So when you see an SV on the scoreboard, that's what that means. Sudden victory. Kern in on a snatch single, trying to elevate and get it in front of him. Kramer doing a just nice job defending. 49 seconds left. I would have liked to have seen a little better attempt on that one. Kern kind of rushed that, in my opinion.
Get his hips a little bit lower and get some lift.
Yeah. His coaches even wanted him to bring it in a little higher, get a little more room to work. But I think sometimes your internal clock forgets to tell you where you're supposed to be.
Kramer's a tough kid too. He held in a pretty good position, knew where he was at on the mat, and really just didn't give him anything easy.
Oh, a quick arm drag takedown, good defense by Kramer.
So 1-0, Kern from Tech leads here.
A little bit of a long lunge there from Kramer, good defense by Kern. Does he have to be careful not to get called for stalling? He seems to be a little defensive right now, not really being aggressive.
Kern?
Yeah.
He could. It's, they're just pretty much scrambling off a shot there. I think he's just wrestling more than anything.
Sometimes you will see wrestlers, they shut down a little bit, they get a lead, and they just kind of go a little bit of a shell. A 1-point lead is not a very big lead in a match like this.
No.
Coming right at us. Some positive affirmation from the coach there in the corner.
Yep.
Kern's trying that tilt of his. He's got a good tilt series.
Yeah, working a deep waist with the cross. Now he's going into a crossbody ride. He used this pretty effectively in his last match.
Why do they call it a crossbody ride, Tom?
Well, you got the leg lace inserted on the one side, and you're kind of angled across the body with your upper torso. So they call it a crossbody ride.
Yeah, to do it effectively, you have to take that momentum. You'll see a lot of young wrestlers, they throw in a leg ride and it's not a cross body, and then it doesn't work very effectively.
Exactly.
So when he says cross body, folks, that means he wants to take his energy across your opponent's center line so that it keeps you off balance. Nice Granby roll through. Good scramble by both wrestlers here. Wow. Good action here.
Both wrestlers are just wrestling tough as nails. That was an excellent chain wrestling by Kramer, really trying to put that switch together, trying to get the escape. And Kern stayed in solid riding position the whole time. It's a really good scramble.
Hey, there's a question I have. Kern has a mouth guard in. Do all wrestlers required to have a mouth guard?
No. Typically, if it's recommended if you wear braces, but other than that, it's recommended for all wrestlers, really. But
there's the escape. High match. 45 seconds left. Kramer on the offensive now. Yes. Snap down, go behind.
Kramer is up in the blue, 3-0, 3-1.
Kern coming back for an inside switch.
They haven't won escape, so now it's 3-2.
This is a fun match, Tom.
Kramer leads in the blue singlet, 3-2. And Kern needs a takedown desperately here. If I'm Kramer, I'd be wrestling aggressively.
Yeah.
I'd be taking the shot and getting it on the leg.
There's too much time left to shut down. Good throw by. This is a good match.
Absolutely.
This is why we came up here.
These guys are going to wrestle it all the way down to the whistle. Kramer is still ahead, 3-2.
Kern tried to grab a quick breath there.
Kern needs to do something now.
Yeah, he got warned. Got warned, but that's only his first
He
warning.
had one to give, so he's good there. 7 seconds.
Oh, good anticipation by Kern. Tries a little duck under off his backside. Good defense. Well fought, well-earned victory for Braden Kramer from Brainerd. So he's your champion this year at 126 pounds. Good show of sportsmanship. Both the guys gave each other, proper respect at the end of the match. That was a well-fought victory there for Braden Kramer.
Yep. Next we got Bethea from Hibbing coming up against Dallas Hooper from St. Cloud Tech.
Boy, if we have the same kind of action this match, then
this one could be similar.
We're going to run out of energy here, folks. I'm taking a second to gather my breath.
Now on deck on mat number 1, wrestling for first place at 138 pounds. Morgan Figure from Hibbing, wrestling Neil Schmalz of Mount Westonka. You are on deck on mat number 1. Figure versus Schmalz. In the hole on mat number 1, 145 pounds, wrestling for first place. Andy Schmalz.
Here we go, back to live action.
Mount Westonka, you are in the hole on mat number 1. That's Schmalz versus Schmalz.
Dallas Hooper gets, nope, nothing yet. Yep, now they got to call it.
So Hooper's up 2-0 right away, only 20 seconds in. Hooper's in the black singlet with the red ankle band. AJ Bethea is in the blue singlet with the green ankle band.
Couple of sophomores here.
Yep.
Whoops.
Again, that's Wilson versus Harris, mat number 3. You are on deck.
I don't think he officially warned anybody there, did he?
No, it looked like he put it on himself on that.
Oh, nice chain wrestling there by Bethea.
2-2.
Got Hooper off balance and went around with a nice switch.
Yep.
Top 3 medal winners and 106 pounds to report to the medal stand, which is against the wall. Stand mat number 2 by the doors there. 106 pounds for second and third place. Please report to the medal stand for the award ceremony.
What are you beeping about?
On deck, mat number 3 at 145 pounds, wrestling.
Somebody hitting an inadvertent horn.
I
think they're driving on 494.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice takedown by
yeah.
Bethea.
He got him leaning on his hands and just kind of shrugged him by.
So
Dragged him
4-3
by.
Bethea now in the lead.
Versus Dakota Aitken of Maple Grove. You are in the hole on mat number 3. That's Pierce.
Tying up that deep waist with an inside wrist. Chopping hard on the inside. Oh,
Nice reversal
that
by Hooper.
was.
Oh, he's hanging his head though.
Referee hasn't called anything yet here, so this is interesting.
That's 2.
Yeah, 5 seconds left.
So 5-4 now. Hooper leads.
He's got kind of that unorthodox style. Uses that long body.
Yep. So going into the second period, Hooper from Tech and the black singlet leads Bethea from Hibbing 5-4. Bethea from Hibbing chooses down to start the second period.
Top 3 medalists.
An escape would tie it up here.
13 pounds to report to the end of the gym, just past the corner of mat 2.
He's up right away. Mat return by Hooper.
Top 3 medalists. Please report to the medal stand.
Hooper's got that 3/4 Nelson up way too high, but he's still got it locked. See how his hands are locked underneath there?
Yeah.
He's just holding on
Looking
for
for
a
a
stalemate.
stalemate, yep.
Bethea's trying to shrug him off there.
Yep.
Good wrestling on part of both wrestlers there.
Hooper looks a little. No, he's fine, I guess. Looked like he was acting a little bit hurt maybe for some reason there, but seems to be good.
There's that
Bethea,
close.
yep.
There's that close wrestling we were talking about earlier. He likes to work in close to his opponent's body.
Yep. So 6-5 now for AJ Bethea.
Hooper's tied up them wrists at the bottom. He had that roll series earlier off that tied wrist. It's almost like a jiu-jitsu kind of position, the way they use that leverage against their opponents.
Right.
Bethea cuts him loose here. He figures it's better to give him 1 than 2, so that makes the score 8-6. I think.
Yep, 8-6 now.
This is not a low-scoring affair. We're getting lots of points on this one.
Yep.
13 pounds. In third place, from Hibbing, Tristan Johnson. In second place, from Rainer, Chad Forsberg. And your champion, 13 pounds, Aaron Cashman. Congratulations. Top 3 medalists in the 100.
There it ties the score, 8-8.
8-8. 30 seconds left in the second period. 8-8. I have a feeling this one's going to come down to the end and have a similar score to what we have right now. Very, very close.
Now this is just an observation, but it looks like Bethea may be in a little better conditioning. Hooper looks like he's getting a little red in the face, maybe gassing a little.
Could be gassing a little bit. Wrestling is extremely taxing on the body, and I think Bethea, maybe a little bit physically stronger too, and that can definitely tax the guy when you're fighting against somebody a little bit stronger the entire time as well. So.
On deck on mat number 2 again. Goran versus.
Yeah, and this early in the season too, it really changes when you go from practice wrestling to live wrestling.
Absolutely. It's a different level of intensity for sure.
On mat 2, in the hole, Dorn versus Paul.
Well, it looks like 7-8, so maybe that was a 6. We just couldn't see it from here.
Yeah, I think
so
they changed
I think,
yep.
Bethea still leads. Now it's 10-7. That was a nice little arm drag series that just pulled them around.
Yep, absolutely.
Hooper's not done yet. He's still got a fight in him.
Yep. A little bit ill-advised to turn in like that, but he got away with it, so.
I think he's kind of comfortable, though. You know, he gets that opening, he'll throw his hips over the top of you and kind of get you in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Suck you in where you're like, where did he go to? A little unorthodox, like we were saying. There's a guy at the University of Minnesota who would do that and get away with it. So.
Yeah.
Dylan Ness was kind of successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah, he needs to be digging hands down here and kind of freeing up his hips a little bit, giving himself a little bit of room to work. But they another good example of really tough riding on top, you know, really working over the wrist, chop arm, keeping his hips tight, keeping the thigh pinched. He's pretty physical and aggressive and constant movement on top as well. It's pretty confusing for the guy on bottom when you're that.
Yeah, he doesn't stay in one spot real long. He just seems to float from one place to another.
Yep. He's got 30 seconds left here. Bethea leads 10-7. Hooper needs something big here.
I think he's gone to the well one too many times on that roll. Bethea's kind of got that figured out, followed him real nicely that time.
Yep, a little bit sniffed out. His best strategy, I think, right now would be to really try to do a quick stand-up or tripod up to a Granby or something to create some space. Nice tight waist by Bethea.
Bethea's a veteran wrestler, too. He knows he's got at least 1 point to give.
Yep.
He got warned for stalling there, but
yep.
That didn't matter. He hung on for the victory, 10-7.
Yep, exactly.
So your champion this year at 132 pounds, AJ Bethea from the Hibbing. What did we say the Hibbing's mascot is? The Blue Jackets?
Yes.
Blue Jackets.
Yep, I believe that's correct. Now we got Morgan Fuenfinger coming up, and he is also from the Hibbing Blue Jackets. He's going to be taking on Neil Schmaltz from Mound Westonka. Morgan is ranked in the state right now by the guillotine, I think number 7, I believe.
Number 6.
Double check that. Number 6 in the state in Class 2A rankings by the guillotine against Neil Schmaltz from Mound Westonka, who is just coming back from an injury and wrestling really, really well today. So very strong wrestler that's been off the mat for about a year and a half. So it should be a real good match.
Is Neil a junior?
Neil, I believe, is a junior, yes.
All right. This is one of those weight classes we had kind of said 138, 145. They were a couple of the better, you know, when coming into the tournament. Just the number of ranked wrestlers and the people that were in it, it looked like one of the better ones on paper. And these two are a real good example of, in the finals here, tough wrestlers, good history, good pedigrees.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of action.
Absolutely.
Oh, a little
nice
whistle.
Yeah, nice whistle shot there.
Yeah. Good follow by Schmalz. I thought Fullfinger was going to go over the top and come around behind, but Schmalz did a really nice job following.
Yep.
They're out of bounds. Whoops, a little jump on the gun, sorry. I'm sure Schmalz is a little anxious of being off like that. You said a year and a half. It just you know, you're really chomping at the bit, wanting to get out there.
Yep.
Really like to win your home tournament. You know, it kind of always a sense of pride when you can go home with your own medal at the end of the day.
Yep, absolutely. And Neil's definitely a tough kid, wrestles hard.
There's 1 point escape for Foamfinger.
Yep, 2-1 now. Foonfinger again in the blue singlet, white headgear. Schmalz in the red singlet, black headgear. Schmalz is the wrestler wearing the red ankle band, Foonfinger wearing the green.
The Schmalz wrestle a lot of off-season, the freestyle and whatnot?
Well, he hasn't wrestled for a couple of years, but historically, yeah, they've been pretty involved in MNUSA wrestling tournaments and things like that.
145 pounds wrestling for third place. Luke Dorn of St. Cloud Tech versus Mason Hall of St. Francis. You are on deck. Mat number 2, Dorn versus Hall. In the hole on mat number 2.
Foamfinger trying to work that front headlock.
Yep.
Nice
goal behind. That's,
yeah, it was.
That's 2, no.
The referees are talking about this. I think he probably had it before they went out of bounds.
I think so too. Okay, they call it
Well,
off.
then, the second referee couldn't talk the first referee into that. That would have been Craig Sanders. He's our second referee. Very
Good that they took the
fortunate.
conference on it, though.
Yeah,
Make sure they get the right call.
Yep. Then there's no debate from the crowd.
Yep. So the first period ends. Should be 2-1, not 2-0.
Hold on, yeah.
And your champion, 126 pounds from Brayton Kramer. Congratulations, fellas.
You get the score right now.
Yep. Second period. Schmalz chooses down. Good quick sit out by Schmalz. Nice follow by Foonfinger.
Getting that heavy pressure on the head and shoulders.
Oh, he's in deep
He's turned
there.
him. He should be counting here. Yeah, he's getting the back points now.
He's in deep on that.
Yeah,
Schmalz is in real bad trouble here. He's in real bad shape. Foonfinger can just stay settled in. He's got the far wrist.
He's got a minute
locked up over
30
here.
too to just settle down, like you said.
Schmalz needs to clear that wrist.
Yeah, it's tough
If
when
he
you're
can't-
tied up.
Yep.
Yeah, there went the fall. And an excited Morgan Foamfinger wins that match. That was a good high, heavy
was a very
half.
aggressive high half.
You know, you wonder why more kids don't run that half. That is such a good pinning combination. It's maybe not the prettiest thing in the world, but boy, is it effective when you can take the pressure and just crush that opponent.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So congratulations to Morgan.
Foonfinger.
Great Morgan in this year.
So I seen Andy Schlosser put a flying squirrel into a spladle on Garrett Caldwell last year.
Oh, really?
It was something to see.
Wow.
Dangerous.
All right, we got
Morgan,
Andy Schlosser.
Morgan just a junior, so he's got this year next to improve. He's going to be an awesome wrestler, fun to watch.
Yep. Andy Schlosser of Brainerd here versus Lee Schmalz, Mound West Tonka. Both rank. Andy Schlosser's ranked number 4 in the state AAA, and Lee Schmalz is ranked number 6 in the state AAA.
You know, Andy was a 120-pounder last year.
Yep.
He's 25 pounds in the off-season, but he doesn't look like he's got a lot of fat on him, so he...
No, not at all. He's looking solid.
I think he grew up a little is what may have happened there.
Nice shot by Schmalz, and looks like he's looking for a nice finish here. Good scramble.
Careful.
It's going to get a...
Careful.
Yep.
Yeah, look out.
That was smart by Schlosser to go up with that.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to get up potentially dangerous right away.
Schlosser likes those arm drags and those quick shot. A little bit of there's a good defense by Schmalz on that one.
Yep.
Got him off balance, just ran him over.
Yep. Trying to work an arm bar on him now.
Got the left arm barred. He's trying to get this right arm bar.
Yeah.
You get them both, that puts it in a really tough position for the opponent.
At 132 pounds to report to the medal stand.
How far can he go with that bar on that side?
He's good as long as his hand doesn't come up to the shoulder. Because
Okay.
if the hands come up, they call that a chicken wing, and then the shoulder's locked in. As long as he keeps it across, he can apply quite a bit of pressure here. See how his hand is
Yep.
straight across, perpendicular?
Yep. You see that slip up into the
If it slips
the
up
neck
to the
and
shoulder,
the shoulder
they'll
blade.
stop
Yeah.
it right away.
Yeah. Well, he's really heavy pressure here on Schlosser.
Yep.
Now he's got the second arm barred on the bottom there.
Yep.
Here's some back points coming.
He got 2 out of it.
I saw 2 swipes.
Yep. So Schmalz should lead
10 seconds
4-0
left.
coming out of this first period.
Please report to the west end of the gym to receive your medals.
2 near fall Schmalz, so 4-0 now for Schmalz.
Schlosser didn't like giving up those 2-point back points.
Nope. No, they're a proud bunch. This 145 weight class is a tough weight.
Schmalz has a great starting stance. You know, some wrestlers get sprawled out and they get their weight on their hands. If you could slide a piece of paper underneath his hands, I think he had all of his weight over his hips where you want him.
Yep.
Exploded right out there, got the escape.
Exactly.
Five to 0. Oh, and here's the old fireman's carry. You don't see this much anymore.
He's got the ankle hook too, so he's in a pretty good position to get for sure a takedown if he can come out in the right position.
Just got to
Eventually
swim
get
out
some
of
back
here.
points out of here as well.
West side of the gym, stand advance.
Schmalz can hang on for a stalemate, he'd be doing well.
Oh, yeah.
Now the two's declared.
Pop that inside wrist, the inside arm out. Schlosser just took the little limp wrist on the inside,
Yep.
swam through and secured the takedown.
Yep, 5-2 now.
You know, a lot of people would have tried to rush that and gone into the pressure, and Schmalz would have used that pressure to go over with it. So Schlosser did a good job of using that to his advantage.
Yep, he sure did. Schlosser again in the blue singlet with the green ankle band. Schmalz with the red singlet with the red ankle band. Current score is 5-2 Schmalz. Schlosser working for a cradle there. Fresh start, 35 seconds left in the second period.
You over there? Okay. Tom has to step out to watch his boy wrestle here shortly, so we'll let him do that. Volunteers get to do a lot of things around here. We got a little blood time anyhow. Well, we do have the blood time. We should thank the Mound West Tonka Whitehawks for inviting us up here today to do the Prep 45 Min USA broadcast. Takedown of the week. Also, thank you to our teams, Brainerd Pillager, the Hibbing Blue Jackets, Montemita Zephyrs, Maple Grove Crimson, St. Cloud Tech Tigers, and the St. Francis Saints. Back to live action. Slosh has got a deep leg in, trying to stretch Smalls out. Smalls trying to swim his hands free and a little bit of hand control. Slosh was heavy on that wrist. 10 seconds left. Schlesser's lifting on Schmalz's back and just exerting a lot of pressure, but time runs out there, so we'll go to the third period. Lee Schmalz leading 5-2 at 145 pounds. One of our premier matchups here in our early season match. Lee Schmalz currently ranked 6th at 138 pounds by the Guillotine magazine, and Andy Schlosser's currently ranked 4th at 145 pounds. There's a deep spiral ride by Schmalz, changing over to a wrist. There's that Granby Schlosser really can throw that thing out there. He's comfortable in a lot of unorthodox positions. Now he's trying to lift and move Schmalz back to the mat. Oh, there's that Splato again. That's 2 times he's done that. He just has a way of getting the opponent. Now a little bit, no points yet, according to the referee. No points yet by the referee. 4-5. The Brainerd coaches want a little bit of a point there. 51 seconds left. Coaches are yelling for Schlosser to cut Schmalz. Schmalz still leading 5-4. 40 seconds left here in the third period. Schlosser cuts him. Wow. A wild scramble. 2-point takedown, 2-point reversal. Now he's going to try to do a tilt for back points. 20 seconds left. No back points there. 14 seconds left. 8-6. This one's coming down to the wire. Schmalz trying to hang on. Schlosser's trying to get a turn out of this. It looks like he doesn't have leverage enough to turn him, and Schmalz is going to hang on for an exciting 6-8 victory at 145 pounds. Lee Schmalz from the hometown Mound Westonka Whitehawks. Well, that one was fun. And the camera guys cheering. Everybody should give a thank you to Will Weatherhead for sitting mat side and getting the action for us. Hope it's as much fun for you at home as it's been here to be mat side. This has been a great tournament. Right back to the action at 152 pounds. Ryan Reed, Mound Westonka in the red singlet with red shoes and a red leg band, taking on Luke Lipinski from St. Francis. The Saint is wearing the dark blue singlet with the dark black shoes and a green leg band, silver headgear. A couple of tall young fellas at the 152-pound weight class. Ryan Reed is currently ranked number 5 in the state at 145 pounds. Kind of coming right at you right here. His workout partner just won the title a match ago, and you can tell when they have workout partners like that to work with each other, that makes these guys better wrestlers. So hats off to the Mound Westonka program right here. Boy, I need to catch my breath after that last wild scramble there at the end. Frost is talking to the boys about something out there on the mat. Rod Frost has been refereeing in our region area here in Minnesota for years. 63. I don't know how you can be 63 when you're only 40 years old, but whatever. Frosty. He just warned Lipinski for stalling there. Sitting right mat side, we've got fans right on top of us. It's fun action right here up in Mound Westonka, the home of the Whitehawks, calling the action live all day long for Prep 45 and Min USA Wrestling. We're doing the takedown of the week here. Just fabulous that they invited us in. Good way to start the season. Hand fighting for position, we go out of bounds. Reed's aggressive right off the bat. Lipinski trying to stay inside tight position. 14 seconds left here. Reed will choose down this period. That's that strategy again. A lot of times kids will defer on that, and Reed's well schooled. You've got to score that first point. If you're tied at the end of the first period, find your best opportunity to score because they may come in important. Oh, there's a good inside switch position. I almost thought he had a chance to turn him for back points there. Had Lipinski sitting on his hip, but Lipinski wisely bailed out. Now Reed's into the cross body ride. He needs to get a little higher on the hip, a little heavier on the head. Almost more of a crab position than a cross body ride right now. Reed's trying to power half. Lipinski's trying to pull that foot out of the crab ride position. Reed throws himself over into that power half. Heavy pressure on the head and shoulders squeezing down. Fall for Ryan Reed. Second period. 43 seconds into the second period. Fall for Ryan Reed. He's your champion at 52 pounds. So, sorry, doing a little bit of housekeeping stuff there. Now up at 160 pounds, we've got Devin Fitzpatrick, Mahtomedi. He's in the blue, gray, and gold of the Zephyrs from Mahtomedi, taking on Logan Dick from Maple Grove. Logan Dick's in the white, the gold with the red crimson highlights. Snatch takedown there for Fitzpatrick. He leads 2-0. I was impressed by Devin Fitzpatrick. He came down and he wrestled at the JJ Classic this summer, won that at 160 pounds. Just one of those hard-working kids. I think he's been at least a 3-time All-State place winner. Hard-working kid from the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. He cuts Dick loose there for the escape. Dick's kind of in on a single, but Fitzpatrick's defending there. Dick's doing a nice job keeping his hands locked down on the knee area of Fitzpatrick. Nothing going on. This will be Nate Lefebvre is refereeing this match. He says, you know what, it's time to go back to your feet, boys. Bring you back to the center of the mat. Get to a place where we can have some action. Quick duck under attempt by Fitzpatrick and a foul. Dick's trying to keep him in front of him, but Fitzpatrick has the ankle tied, now just works his way around behind for a takedown. He assumes a 4-1 lead here with 11 seconds left in the first period. High on that spiral ride under the chest and pulling down on the far shoulder of Logan Dick. Finishes out the period leading 4-1. I can't even tell if they can hear me out there because I can't hear myself. Fun atmosphere when you have an excited gym to call a live wrestling match. Right off the whistle, back into that spiral ride by Fitzpatrick. Dick's doing a good job maintaining that low crab position. Going to try to work his way up to his feet to get the escape. Catch Fitzpatrick if he gets too high with a ride. But he's got himself anchored into the thigh and then that spiral ride up on under the chest and into the opposing shoulder. Just keeping heavy pressure, heavy pressure on the hands, and hard for Dick to mount an offense when all of his weight's going forward on him like that. Fitzpatrick trying to get him tilted over for some kind of an opening, chance to get a cradle in there. Power half. Dick doing a nice job of maintaining hand control here. Whoops, we warned Devin Fitzpatrick for inactivity, stalling. Inactivity. That's a better word. This time he decides to cut him loose. Probably a better decision. You won't get any more stalling calls from the top. Dick pulling down hard on the head and shoulders of Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick pulls him off his bait, goes around behind for the takedown. That was a nice inside low arm drag kind of a series for him there. "20 seconds left here in the second. This time Fitzpatrick's off to the side a little bit. Got Dick onto his belly. Now he's trying to lift that inside leg over the top of his waist, or over the top of his hips to expose him, opening up to get back points. But Dick does a nice job forcing his knee back down on the mat, getting it back into that crab ride position. Time. So, third period starts with Devin Fitzpatrick leading 6-2 over Logan Dick of Maple Grove. This time Dick's on this top position to start the third period. Fitzpatrick works outside, a little bit of a stand-up, change to a switch, coming back around for 2-point reversal. Or did he give him one? No, it's 2-point reversal. Okay, 8-2 in favor of Devin Fitzpatrick. Again, Fitzpatrick will release Logan Dick, put him on his feet. Dick does a nice job, sag single, locks on that inside leg, but Fitzpatrick, just a real show of horsepower there. Powers his way out of it, uses Dick's momentum to follow around. Now he's got Dick in a bad way. He gets the fall. That was good patience on the part of Devin Fitzpatrick, your champion at 160 pounds at the Turkey Burn, here live at Mound West Tonka White Hawk Invitational.
On deck on mat number 2, 160 pounds wrestling for third place, Luke Bunty. St. Francis against Noah Byers of Mound West Tonka. You are on deck on mat
Hey Lance, this is a nice conference. They've got some nice schools in this conference. I never noticed it. The conference, the schools they have up here in this conference: Hutchinson, Waconia, New Prague, Holy Family, yeah. Well, not yet. We'll get them there someday. Annandale, are they the Annandale Maple Lake guys? Are they? Man, they got some good squads up here. Glencoe Silver Lake. All right, man. Joining me is Lance Hughes.
Hi, Dan Hayes. How are you?
Hey, what's your high school activities hub website?
Let's get to it. Introduce
right.
these guys here, and then we'll tell a little bit about high
That
school
sounds like a good
activities.
idea. 170 pounds, live action. Evan Lawrence from Montemita, again in the gray, blue, and gold singlet, taking on Cole Kirkpatrick from St. Francis. He's wearing the red headgear and red leg band on.
Well, that Fitzpatrick kid was good.
Yeah,
I don't know much about him. 0-0, right?
yeah. Hey, ref. They got to get the score correct here. Hold on. Craig,
That's
get the
all
score right.
I think we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, they
here,
got her.
Here we go.
We have to train the table workers too, Lance.
man. We just wear a lot of hats, don't we, Danny?
We're glad to help out where we can. Just
Right.
lovely to be in the building.
So
What grades is Kirkpatrick kid in?
He
Junior
would be
this
a
year?
Junior.
Nice. Lawrence a junior as well.
These bigger guys from St. Francis.
Monamedi.
They look a little tougher up top than they were down bottom. St. Francis is lacking a little bit down low, aren't they? Nope, I'm stepping
that
out.
happens.
Dan, nice talking to you for about a minute here.
Well, we'll have
gonna
to
step
talk
back
about that
on
hub
top.
activity sometime when we get a chance. So, all right. Kirkpatrick, how do you say that? Kirkpatrick, thank you. Arm drag, now he's trying to do the Cobra. Good follow, though, by Lawrence. He follows around with gets the double, or the takedown. Okay.
Both really long kids for 170-pounders. Really
Yeah, they
tall.
are. Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of that athletic body for 170-pounders. So we were talking Monamita has a good football team. I would guess that Lawrence was probably part of that football team.
Very well could be.
What's St. Francis's football team like?
They were pretty dang good this year. They lost by 1 point in the section finals to go to state. That's where we lost our 220-pounder for the year. He blew out his knee in the last minute of the game.
That's kind of rough.
Yeah. Bo Blansky.
I remember Bo. Yep. Yep.
Unfortunately, he's out for the season. Looks like Kirkpatrick's got the legs in, but he's a little high.
A little high.
A little out of
Lawrence
position
is
here.
trying to be patient, pull him over the top.
Yeah.
Kirkpatrick's dug in deep. There, that's a better position for Lawrence. Tripoding up like that, you can kind of shrug your opponent down a little bit. Just as we say that, yeah. It was probably a good call. There really wasn't a whole lot going on, so.
Yep, I think it was definitely probably the right call. It was good time for Kirkpatrick to get out of that position, I think, for sure. Lawrence is a junior. Kirkpatrick is a sophomore, not a junior.
Okay. Man, I had advanced him a grade earlier.
Yeah.
Well, he does like to get in that high half position, doesn't he?
Yeah.
See, I prefer that hip a little higher on that leg ride, more of a cross body, like you were saying.
Yeah,
but he
he's
just seems to sag on it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in a little different position. He doesn't really have the leg in. He was more across the body at that point.
If I were Lawrence's coach, I would want that inside arm coming out and shrugging him off. Yep, exactly.
Kirkpatrick is very dangerous on top if he gets the leg into a long leg. He likes to work the long leg versus a lot of guys you see nowadays work the short leg with the hook on the opposite side, but he likes a long threaded leg. So
that time he cuts him loose.
Yeah, so it's 3-0 now for Evan Lawrence out of Matamidi.
24 seconds left here in the second period.
Almost a takedown for Kirkpatrick there. 10 seconds left.
It was kind of a dangerous throw, too, the way they landed. I could just see a shoulder getting blown out on that one.
Yeah.
The referee's talking to him about something here.
I think he just let him know that there was only 10 seconds left, I believe.
He's clearing the St. Francis bench. Had the whole squad in the corner.
Yeah.
Those St. Francis Saints. Now we got a little blood time going here. Yeah.
I think Cole had a little bit of blood coming out of his nose, so they're going to try to plug that up.
All right. Lance and I were noticing the teams that are in this conference hanging on the wall over there. This is a tough conference. You've got some really good programs in this conference, this region. Some of them are AAA and some of them are AA, but a nice blend of good opponents for the Mountain Westonka Whitehawks.
Yeah. What's the name of this conference?
Boy, you asked me a question I can't answer after telling you all about it. Maybe the Wright County Conference would be my guess, because that's what they have on the top of some of the banners.
Oh, okay.
Back to live action. We are starting on our feet this period. Did Kirkbeck choose neutral?
I missed it.
I didn't either.
He must have. Either that or...
maybe Lawrence did because he didn't want to go below him.
Yeah.
Oh, Kirkpack trying to load up. Bear hug. Somebody's going for a ride. Oh, man. We need a bigger mat.
Yeah. So about 1:20 left in the third period here. 3-0. Evan Lawrence leads of Mahtomedi over Bull Kirkpack of St. Francis.
You know, earlier today we were talking about practice partners making you a better wrestler. I think having Devin Fitzpatrick in the room's helped Evan Lawrence because you can tell he's comfortable in some of these positions. He's probably seen him wrestling with Fitzpatrick, so.
Yeah, and Evan, he's been wrestling for a long time. Actually, he used to wrestle for the White Bear Lake Youth Club back in the day, the White Bear Ice, and I think he spent some time with White Bear and then ended up at Mahtomedi here for high school and stuff. But real solid wrestler. He's strong. See what happens in this final minute here. Kirkpack's going to have to start really hard charging to make up the 3-point deficit here.
Yeah, Lawrence hasn't shut her down, you know. He's been in there.
Going.
He's standing right in front of him, trying to dig for inside position, work for good positioning for a throw or a launch himself. Getting a little coaching from Fitzpatrick in the corner.
Yeah.
Pull him down on the head, control the arm. Now we still got some blood on the mat here, folks, so. One of the St. Francis coaches yelled, "You got a mop?" There must be a lot of blood out there. Yeah, this is a prudent thing to do. You don't want to have blood on the mat. You don't want to have it smearing all over. Person could get hurt, you know, just slipping in it. Some people worry about the health and all that kind of stuff, but I think it's more for the safety of the wrestlers than anything right now. So.
Yeah, and bloodborne pathogens are no joke. I mean, they're really taken seriously in wrestling. You won't see it, the care like this taken so much in MMA, for example, but in wrestling, between the slip hazard and bloodborne pathogens, it's pretty, especially when you're dealing with high school age athletes that don't have, aren't professionals, and safety comes number one, priority with the Minnesota State High School League. So.
And we should give the referees credit here today. They've done a wonderful job protecting the young men out there all day long. Hey, and there was a young lady wrestling earlier today too. I saw a young lady wrestling. So
she did a real nice job as well.
Okay, Rod Frost is kind of our head official, but on working this match, we've got Craig Sanders and Gary Forestier. They're working this championship match. Here we go, back to live action. A minute left. Kirkpack trying to pull down, get Lawrence off balance. Lawrence kind of doing the same thing, reaching up, pulling on that head and shoulders. Kirkbeck's got a long body. It just he seems like he can stand straight up and just pull down on his opponent.
Yep, exactly.
We did warn Lawrence for stalling there with 29 seconds left.
And your champion at 145 pounds from Mount Wisconsin, Nish Smalls. Congratulations.
Do something!
Bear hug. Kirkbeck trying to load up the double bars. Headlock sag!
No!
Oh, good follow by Lawrence.
Absolutely.
He felt it coming. He
Yep.
felt it coming.
He's going to win it 5-0.
Yeah.
Very
Like that
nice
smile.
Yep.
That was a good smile there. I liked it.
Yep.
That's a happy kid. A well-earned victory. So your champion at 170 pounds for the Montemita Zephyrs. Back-to-back champions for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Evan Lawrence.
Yep, very nice job. So now we got Cole Schroeder of St. Cloud Tech, state place winner last year. I think you said he was 5th in the state.
I think he was. Yep, 5th at 170 pounds.
Yep, and he's taking on Tim Wittenkamp from St. Francis. Tim is a junior.
Schrader's currently ranked 3rd at 170 pounds in AAA. There's a guy named Hall in that weight class, I think.
Yeah, Mark Hall, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Might have heard of him once or twice.
Versus T.J. Thompson, also from Montemita. You were on deck.
Those that know what we're talking about, it's just a little friendly thing we do with Mark Hall.
First, second, and third place.
Schroeder is definitely a tough, hard-nosed wrestler.
The medal stand to receive your medals.
What's Wittenkamp, junior this year?
He's a junior, standout football player as well as a very solid wrestler. You know, he's a scrapper. He's never gonna give up. Got some pretty good technique, and he's got a little buzzsaw in front of him in Schroeder, so he's got a tall order here, but he's in the match, and that's what matters the most.
Well, it's going to be a physical match, this one.
Yeah, it appears that is going to be the case.
Yeah, heavy on the head, heavy on the shoulders.
This time I'd like to recognize the medalist at 152 pounds.
There's good patience there by Schroeder.
Yeah.
Got Wittenkamp kind of overextended off to the side on his hip. Followed around behind him. Steers takedown. Now he's digging that deep wrist.
Schroeder cuts him. It's 4-2 now. Schroeder again in the orange singlet, red ankle band. Wittenkamp in the blue singlet with the green ankle band. It's currently 4-2 Schroeder.
Lost the mouth guard there, so they stop the action, bring him back to center.
Nice quick shot by Schroeder.
And a good change of direction.
Absolutely.
And he kind of had him leaning to his right and just circled around to his left.
On deck on man number 1 at 220 pounds, wrestling for first place, Adams.
Hard to catch up with a guy that big and moves that fast. Good fight there by Wittenkamp. Gets the 1-point escape.
Yep. So 6-3 is how the first period will end here, Dan.
On deck, man number 2.
Schroeder gets choice. You don't see him up and land flat like that.
That one didn't bounce, didn't roll, didn't do anything. Whap! Like a flap deck on an iron, on a pancake iron.
In the hole, man number 2, 220 pounds, wrestling for third place, Mike
Wow, nice try for a cradle for Wittenkamp. Got to give him credit. Schroeder's now got a bar wrist locked in. Schroeder is very strong at this weight.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know if he's going to end up 170 at the end of the year, or if he might stay up at 82.
You know, the AAA division is just loaded with big guys this year.
Oh, yeah. Well,
At 182 pounds, we have Owen Webster, Taylor Venz,
Yep.
Brandon Moan, Evan Rossen. I mean, those are some names that you've heard for years.
Yep.
170 pounds, you have Mark Hall and Cole Schroeder. According to the one I have, he was ranked number 2 in the state. So,
All right.
so Austin Eichmann is a dangerous wrestler out of that Hastings program.
Yep.
We've got some really good kids in these middleweight. Jenks from Little Falls. This will be a fun group to watch right through the heart of the Minnesota kids. Hey, are we hosting the end of the year tournament where they bring in the kids from All Americans to take on the Minnesota kids? Up at St. Michael Albertville at the end of the year.
I heard that, yeah.
Steve Elwood, our buddy down there in Rochester, and Dan LaFave are putting that together. If you haven't got a ticket yet, you might be out of luck because that's going to be fun to watch. It's been moved.
They moved the date and they can't have it safely.
Okay. A little editorial there. Bring me up to date on it someday.
And I don't
Yeah.
So it's 11-3 now. Schroeder leading at the end of the second period here. And it's going to be Wettenkamp's choice.
He's checking with his coach. He's doing the smart move.
He's going both up. I think he's
A little
pretty frustrated
frustrated.
right now
Yeah.
with it's a tall order really trying to do much against Schroeder. He's pretty solid all the way around.
There's an attempt at a blast double. Good defense by Wettenkamp.
Yep. Wettenkamp is also pretty undersized for an 82-pounder right now, but again, we'll kind of see where everybody settles in at the end of the year.
That one was a little bit of an extended reach there by Schroeder.
Yeah, I think third period. They're
Yeah,
both
yeah.
early season. Both kids are getting a little bit tired here.
We got something going on. Stop the action.
Oh, he dropped his mouth guard again.
Oh. Can they get called for stalling if they're spitting that out, do you know?
They can, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of another referee's discretion situation, but if it looks like they're doing that,
Intentionally?
yeah. In fact, if it fell out again, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he got hit for stalling.
Yeah, these guys are just being really physical, so I can see it getting knocked out the way they're a couple of strong young fellas at 182 pounds here.
Yep.
Wettenkamp trying to work the Russian bar. What's he going to call here? Stalemate? Didn't get a signal from the referee. He
Yeah,
just
I
stopped
don't
the
know.
match for something.
Yeah. Maybe because his mouth guard was up over his mouth. I mean, his chin strap was over his mouth and nose area. Kind of a safety call again.
Oh, there's a good change of direction again.
Yeah.
For a 182-pound guy, Schroeder does know how to change it up.
Yep.
13-3, winding down time, 10 seconds left. Got that arm bar.
Yep, by a score of 13-3 here, Cole Schroeder at Tech is going to take down the title. Good match.
Well-earned victory.
Another Tech guy coming up here, Tyler Hugg, up against Devontae Jelly, the master of the lateral drop. That ought to be interesting.
That ought to be interesting. I heard Tyler Hugg's a good soccer player. Went and talked to the Tech coaches between sessions. They said, you wouldn't believe that kid's a soccer player. And I'm like, he's pretty big for a soccer player.
Yeah.
But he goes to the Christian school up there in St. Cloud. He's in one of those shared programs, so he's allowed to wrestle for the St. Cloud Tech because they don't have wrestling at the Christian school. So I'm really glad to see him out for wrestling. He's a good talent on the wrestling mat.
Yeah. I wonder what position he plays in soccer. Defenseman.
Whatever he wants.
Where do you want to play today,
I'm
Tyler?
a goalie.
All right, you're in.
You don't see many
That was a
soccer.
great answer to that
You don't
question,
see
by
many
the way.
soccer players built like that, do you?
No,
285 pounds wrestling for first place. Helen Spearman
So Tyler Hoog in the black singlet, red shoes, red leg band, St. Cloud Tech taking on Devontae Jelly from the Hibbing Blue Jackets, blue singlet and blue shoes, red socks,
finishers of 170
green
pounds.
ankle band.
green ankle band. It's Christmas already.
In third place.
All right, we're getting a little loopy over here.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
St. Francis Cole Kerfock, and your champion at 170 pounds from Matabita, Evan Lawrence.
Hogue trying to lift the double.
Yeah.
Good defense there by Jelly.
Yep.
Oh, nice change of
There's a
direction.
nice carry. See if he can swim
Man.
over. He does.
You don't see big guys do that too often with
Nope.
that proficiency.
Yep. Looks like he's working a cross arm ride right now.
Squeezing together for a potential cradle. Switches up to a 2-on-1 now with heavy head and shoulder pressure. Keeping Jelly planted on the mat while he's trying to lift the wrists and dig him out, get him in a bad position.
Yep. Hug is definitely put together, man. He's a strong dude. Jelly's doing a really good job on bottom, trying to get his base rebuilt.
Yeah,
and
he did a
staying
nice
strong,
job.
though.
Off that scramble, though, he did a little sit out and Hug just followed him, put him right back on his belly off that scramble.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do those sit outs, you have to be careful not to overextend yourself or you end up in a position like that. Pops back up to his hips here, though. Clears, coming around. They gave him one.
Wow. So 2-1 is how the first period will end here. Hug leading Jelly.
Maybe just a momentary lapse there on the part of Tyler Hauge.
Yep.
Thought the period had come to an end and Jelly kept wrestling.
Hug takes down to start the second period.
Kid's focused.
Follow, behind arm. Look for that elbow.
Oh, there's a lift.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Get the opponent running towards his hands. You might catch him on the way over.
Yep. Jelly's tough. He really is.
I think he wrestles more like a 195-pounder.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He wants to go upper body and
Hug scrambles out of it. Look
oh
out.
no. I think Jelly thought the match was stopping for a second for some reason.
I think he was trying to sucker him in for that throw again.
Hug by fall. Good sportsmanship there. So your champion at 195 pounds, Tyler Hug, St. Cloud Tech.
Sharing a laugh out there, so they must know each other. Yes, sir. Champion Cole Shredder. Over on the other mat. Skogman, yep. Skogman against Duffy here in the finals. Skogman is the young fella from Maple Grove.
Yep.
With a big MG on the side of his hip, a gold singlet with crimson letters. He's taking on. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and he's taking on Joe Duffy from Mound West Tonka, home school here. He's in your red singlet, red headgear, red ankle band.
Homeschool.
Mound West Tonka. Joe
Oh,
Duffy.
homeschool. I didn't know Mound West Tonka had that big of a homeschool.
No, this is
A
his
home
home school.
school. Got it.
It's like a home duel for him right now.
Yeah. Getting a little loopy here.
This Skogman's a pretty tough kid, though. This should be an interesting matchup.
From Matabita versus Jeff Bowling from Hibbing, you are on deck on mat number 2.
Yeah, he had an impressive victory over Mike Mango from Tech.
Yep.
He earned that victory. So
Yep.
Duffy's senior campaign. He wants to go out on top. Like to take home a White Hawk medal from the tournament here.
Yep.
Prefers gold over silver, I'm sure.
Yep, exactly.
This time I'd like to recognize the medalists at 182 pounds. In third place from Brainerd, Robin Gibson. Second place from St. Francis, Tim Whitcamp. And your champion at 182 pounds from St. Cloud Tech, Cole Schroeder.
So the pace has slowed down a little bit here, but the horsepower certainly hasn't. These are a couple of strong young fellas.
Yep. Boy, a minute and a half went by quick. Still 0-0.
Yeah, they've wrestled most of it in the center of the mat here.
Yep, exactly. Good shot by Duffy, but stuffed completely by Skogman on that. Really good defense. Good aggressiveness by Duffy, but Skogman just stepped up and said, not today.
Not
you know?
today.
So,
Well, maybe, but not this second.
not that shot, anyways. Yeah. A little kind of a reverse head tried by Skogman. 0-0 will be the score at the end of the period.
The medalists at 195 pounds to report to the medal stand on the west side.
Skogman's choice, he
First,
takes
second,
down.
and third place finishers at 195 pounds. Please report to the medal stand to receive your medals.
I like those singlets that the Mound West Tonka kids are wrestling in. Got a little bit of action on the back of them.
Yep.
Little spider web. Coming right at us, coming right at us. Come on, Nate, catch those guys. We don't want to wreck our computers.
Good.
Nate looks like he's still in wrestling shape.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good, quick stand-up by Skogman. Definitely getting up there on a nice ride by Duffy as well.
So here's a question I have. Big guys like this, they try to run a deep waist. It's really hard to get your arm around a big body like that, but they seem to hold each other pretty good when they have that deep waist. Are they pulling more on the midsection then, not up around the spine like we saw earlier today?
Yeah, yep. And, big guys you'll definitely see doing a lot more spiral ride and riding outside wrists and stuff like that. Not as many 220 and heavyweights really riding tight waist too much.
You get too tight on a heavyweight, you're going to get rolled.
Yeah, exactly. Classic heavyweight move, right?
Yeah,
The roll.
yeah. Watch out for the roll. What did we just tell you?
Right.
So while we were chatting there, Skogman did secure a escape.
Yep.
Takes a 1-0 lead. Could be an important point in this match.
Yeah.
Nice thought there by Duffy. Got a little bit of an angle, is trying to work that power move, some kind of a body lock.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, got extended there. Good scramble, though.
Good scramble. 35 seconds left in the period, and see somebody is going to need a takedown here. I have a feeling we're going to be 1-1 before too long in the third period.
Yeah.
Duffy will most certainly take down.
Duffy doing a good job working those angles like we just said, where he's not going straight in at Skogman. He'll pull him one way, pull him one direction, shove him another direction, and then try that body lock off to the side. Oh! Big headlock. The home crowd goes crazy.
And that's it. Duffy wins it by a fall.
He got him off balance there, just like he'd been working the whole match. Calm down, Maple Grove. Calm down, Maple Grove.
All right.
Is it 559.9999?
Nah.
Well, now we got a big Halen Spearing from Hibbing coming at you in a blue singlet, and he's going to be taking on Taylor Tyson from Maple Grove. And the final bout of the evening, the heavyweight match, 285-pound max weight. And
wow, the St.
here they
Francis
come.
guy is a big feller.
This is actually Hibbing. Hibbing
Oh, yep,
versus
yep, yep.
Maple Grove. Maple Grove in the gold singlet and Hibbing in the blue singlet.
Tyson, he was a state qualifier last year for the Maple Grove Crimson, so
Okay.
he
He's a
has some
big kid.
experience. But he was at under 220 pounds that he was a state qualifier.
Okay. Yeah, he looks built a little more like a 220
Yeah.
than he is a heavyweight.
True heavyweight, right?
He's got big hips, though.
You'll see leg sweeps on these big guys too, won't you? They're
Yeah.
they're trying to pull you a little closer, get your sweep. If you're off balance as a heavyweight, it starts going. It's kind of like a Jenga tower. Once it starts going, it's just going to keep on going. Hard to
Yeah.
catch your balance. A little attempt at a snatch single.
Nice little scramble.
Yeah. Good
Tyson
job.
really did a nice job setting up, trying to get into the little sweep or snatch single there, but pretty heavy legs
Yeah.
on spearing. You got to get really a good position to get his leg up. And I don't think you want to be underneath him either.
No, no.
So kind of using those low risk knee picks or snatch singles and stuff like that, I think
Yep.
is a pretty good strategy.
He's wearing that headgear that kind of has become a little bit more popular for wrestlers, isn't he?
Yeah, there's actually another headgear that is out right now that's gaining a lot of popularity that has almost a full helmet head. Just, a lot of it's just for concussion prevention and safety of the athletes. So yeah, you definitely do seeing a lot more prevalence of that style.
Yeah, the heavyweights do have a tendency to bang more with their foreheads. They're in there,
Yep.
big guys, so
Exactly.
not a bad. Oh, Tyson gets the takedown. Now he's in an odd spot. Time ran out.
Too bad. So he's up
bad.
4-0 to end the first period, Dan.
You don't see a heavyweight getting that kind of a pinning combination too often either. So
No.
he's wrestling it more, like you said, 220 pounds.
Yep. Okay. Remember from the last match, this Spearling worked a really heavy half
Heavy half.
on the last guy that he wrestled, so we'll see what he goes for here.
See if the Maple Grove coaches were paying attention.
Yep.
Now he's tripoding out and around.
Nice
was good.
reversal. Very good. Tyson's solid. He's working a barbed wire now as well.
Yeah.
And Taylor Tyson, Maple Grove, is your winner by fall. 285 pounds here. So your championship final winner, Taylor Tyson, Maple Grove. And that'll conclude all of our matches.
Our
Dan.
matches. Well, and at this point in time, we'll have to do our thank yous. Thank you, a special thank you for joining us for the Prep 45 Takedown of the Week. Special thanks to Prep 45, Min USA Wrestling, High School Activities Hub, the Guillotine Magazine, Mound West Tonka High School. The head coach here at Mound West Tonka is Todd Munstiger.
Munster Tiger.
Munster Tiger, 80 Jeff Peterson, tournament director. I had his name earlier, and sorry I lost your name, young fella. You did a nice job. Our guest announcers today were Jake Dietzler, Doug Schmalz, Tom Hall, myself, Zabrota Dan Hayes, and our camera person was Will Weatherhead. So on behalf of Prep 45 and our Takedown of the Week, thanks for joining us. We look forward to broadcasting next week. Signing off.
Thank you, everybody. Great
Thanks,
job,
Tom.
Dan.